Greetings and welcome. Thanks so much for joining us here today. This is going to be a energy reading for the coming week. We're going to be using the traditional Smith Rider Waite, however you call it, the original tarot for our main energy reading for the week, and then we'll follow up with an oracle card, of course, and we'll find out what all of those cards are going to be in just a second. I just want to let people know, if you are here for the very first time today, please feel welcome in this space. This is a place where the only thing you're ever going to hear is love and support, encouragement, as we are all doing our best to try to navigate our ways through life, trying to be our most authentic lives and living our most authentic selves. And I said that backwards, actually. Living our most authentic lives and being our most authentic selves. It's been an early morning for me. Thunderstorms woke us up here in Albuquerque, New Mexico at 3 o'clock this morning. So what I am providing to you is the clearest channel that I can possibly be for this reading as we look at the energy coming to us for the coming week. So let's find out what we're going to be looking at as we go through the week this week. All right, we've got our 3-card spread. We'll be looking at career and finance, health and wellness, as well as a love and romance reading with the 3 cards. We'll find out what's at the bottom of the deck here in a second, and we'll be pulling an oracle card from Kyle Gray's Gateway of Light Activation deck. I love this deck. So that's going to be exciting at the very end. So you'll want to stick around until the end to catch that, of course. So let's start out with what did we end up with at the bottom of the deck after we pulled these cards? Alrighty, we have the Queen of Swords. So Queen of Swords represents your innermost emotions or fears. So there's a lot of water energy, emotion energy in this queen, even with the air, she being the queen of air, literally. But the Queen of Swords suggests that we may have an inner conflict with the energies of the queen, representing intelligence, so very strong mental capacity, capabilities, independence, direct communication, or potentially the fear of feeling isolated and alone, or feeling emotionally unstable. Maybe you got a harsh judgment from somebody recently and it's making you feel very uncertain in your mind, or you've been acting with ruthless clarity and just letting the chips fall where they may, and now the chips are kind of piling up and you're having to deal with that. Whatever the situation is, the Queen of Swords is just inviting us to think outside the box, to consider accepting what we are feeling a conflict with. If people are wanting you to move outside your comfort zone, are encouraging you to explore something that is scaring you, don't be afraid. There is no need for fear. Queen of Swords is letting you know, go ahead and explore it. Go ahead and get the information. Fill up that brain of yours with more, better, good information. Okay. Our first card we're going to be pulling for career and finance. What are we looking at? What a shock. What a shock. The 6 of Cups. Very strong, again, emotional energy. Here we have water energy. The 6 of Cups, with its very strong emotional energy of water, points to the importance of past experiences and connections and generosity, potentially leading to shared resources, especially amongst family members. Giving gifts, receiving gifts, or doing charitable acts, helping somebody. We're in fall here in the northern hemisphere. Leaves are coming off the trees like crazy. Maybe somebody needs some help with raking up the leaves. It doesn't have to be monetary, but there is something here in your career and finance that's inviting you to explore experiences from your past, that maybe there's past skills, something that you haven't really done a whole lot with recently, but you've been considering. It's just something that just keeps coming up in your mind, or you can see something coming towards you, heading towards you, coming up over the horizon right now, where those skills, that experience, that knowledge could be a benefit to you financially, okay? And there we are, the Queen of Swords saying, go for it. Go get that information, get that better resource material so that you can make better decisions to make your career and finance even more abundant and more fruitful and more profitable, right? So don't get lost in nostalgia, in looking backwards. We want to take that previous past experience and have it be our rocket fuel, propelling us forward, okay, not dragging us backwards. So with all of that, what have we got in health and wellness? What is our card for that? More swords. Oh my gosh. Okay, we have the Ace of Swords, which is first step. This is in health and wellness. Let's be honest here. All right. No more sticking your head in the sand. All right. If there are things that you have been allowing into your sphere of influence, it could be things that you are eating or drinking in your diet. It could be your mental diet, what you're consuming online. It could be your emotional diet, the people that you're hanging around with, if they're generally positive thinkers or not positive thinkers, whatever it is. Maybe you've been doing too much scrolling and not enough journaling. Just be honest, okay? Because we know that what we are putting into our bodies, as in terms of food and drink, as well as energetically and emotionally and mentally, all affects our health. So get responsible, be accountable for what you're doing, because that's where your power is. As soon as you take responsibility for what you've been bringing into your environment, you have the power to manipulate it and thereby manipulate your health. So you have your options for bringing in more wealth from looking at the past. You have options for bringing in more health by looking outside of the things that you are doing and making sure that they are bringing you nutrition. Evaluate the nutritional content of everything you're consuming. And in nutrition, I am using the widest sense of the word, meaning physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, all aspects, right? Okay. So with all of that, the Ace of Swords tells us we have new beginnings available. And there's clarity of mental capacity, decisive actions. You may be starting on a healing journey. Okay, that may have been something that had been calling you. We're considering starting a new meditative practice or starting yoga. Whatever it is, the Ace of Swords is telling you, yes, you need to pursue that. You need to follow that up. Okay. So, all right, what have we got in love and romance? What are we looking at? Honest to God, guys, these decks are shuffled. Every time I go to do a reading, the only reason why I don't do videos showing me shuffling them is number one, because who needs to see all that? And number two, I have arthritis, so it's a relatively painful and awkward process for me. I spend about 5 minutes with each deck making sure they're thoroughly shuffled, and then when the cards are drawn, they're drawn from where you draw the top and put it in the bottom, draw off the top, put it in the bottom. I'm not sure what the exact term for that is. If you know what it is and you want to tell me in the comments, please do that. But in any event, these cards are definitely drawn randomly, and here we have the Two of Cups for our love and romance reading for the coming week. This signifies a powerful mutual connection representing emotional unity, deep attraction, and a harmonious partnership built on mutual trust, respect, and open communication. So while this doesn't necessarily mean always love interest, we are asking for the energy coming to us for love and romance for the coming week. So, but this can also have to do with friendships and work as well as family. But If you are already in a committed relationship, this is not a card telling you to go and get a new romance, have a fling. What this card is inviting you to do is expand your existing relationship. Kind of take it into new dimensions for the two of you in that mutual trust, that mutual love, that mutual respect, that mutual commitment. And kind of step up your game if you feel like your partner hasn't really been pulling their weight. You step up your game. You start pulling extra weight and just saying and just telling them, I love the opportunity to be able to do this. I would also love the opportunity to let you do this for me at some point. Be honest, but show that in love you're willing to give that. Would they be willing to offer that in return, or something in difference? Maybe my dear friend, heart sister friend, and her partner have a relationship where one person cooks and one person cleans. I'm not going to tell you who's doing what, and because that doesn't matter, right? The idea being, just step up your game and see what happens with your partner. I guarantee you, if you're doing this not from a let's see what I get, but from a I want to do this because I genuinely love this person and I would like to see our relationship expand in this direction as well. Mutually, for sure, absolutely, but not where you're looking at receiving something, but where you are inviting reception of something. Do you see the difference? Good. Perfect. I knew you would. So, yes, this is really the idea of such a strong communication connection with somebody where you're no longer you and me, but you're we. Okay? Very, very powerful message in love and romance for this week. So I'm really excited to see how that turns out for all of you guys, as well as for me. And what are we looking at for our oracle card from Mr. Gray's deck here? The Akashic Records. Wow. So we have basically two aces here. This is the first card of this deck for the oracle deck. So very strong new beginnings energy, as the card says. Clearing old stories, releasing past lives, and freedom. This is going right back to the Queen of Swords. I almost always feel like saying Queen of Air. Queen of Swords energy of not being afraid to be the entrepreneur, to be the trailblazer, to be independent. Reclaim your freedom. What does the card reading say in the book here? It says, yes, Akasha is a Sanskrit word that means ether or sky-based. And as explained above, the Akashic Records are a compendium of universal events, experiences, and lifetimes held in the spiritual realms. Helena Blavatsky, one of the founders of Theosophy, described them as indestructible tablets of the astral light. Oh, I just love that image. We can visit the Akashic Records in our dreams, visions, and meditations. When we are transported or guided to connect with them, we are being given the opportunity to take an inventory of our life and all of the events that have taken place in it, and to gain information on lifetimes past. How to connect with the card. Ask your angels and guides to direct you to the energy of the Akashic Records. If you are feeling stuck or unsure, ask the records to reveal to you any essential soul lessons or information so that you can fulfill your purpose during this lifetime. And your personal message, when you draw this card, the universe is releasing you from past experiences. These can be soul-based memories, fears from previous lifetimes, or older aspects of this current lifetime that you have moved on from. Know that this is the time to reclaim your freedom and rewrite your story. You can do this by following through on your dreams. Gone are the days of fear-based indecision. This is the time to rise up and claim your truth. If you are sitting on a dream or are feeling called to move in a particular direction, it's because you have unearthed an important soul lesson, and it is essential for you to follow that call to clear unwanted energies of your past. As you do so, don't allow yourself to be pulled into expecting the worst possible outcome. Know that this expectation is not your truth. Simply old energy being released from your energetic body. Call on the angels to shine their light on any repressed fears, energies, or stories that are no longer serving you. It's time to fly high in freedom. Wow, yes, that is some serious power there, guys. I don't know, what do you think? I think we have an amazing week coming towards us, is what I think. I think our finances have the opportunity to blossom and bloom, utilizing our past experiences and not getting caught up, as the Akashic records say. We are not alone. You may feel that you're out there blazing the trail all by yourself, but there are a million other souls that are also trailblazing as well. They may not be blazing the same trail you are, but they may be running parallel, running horizontal, vertical. Who knows how many dimensions we have here, right? We are talking, you are not alone because you've got the Akashic records always available to you, those tablets of light. I just love that image. We have the opportunity with our health to examine and accept that maybe we've been making poor choices in terms of what we are bringing into our body on all levels, but we can choose to make new choices, as ACEs are new beginnings. We can take that new information, get better information to make better choices. And all of that affects our ability to be the best partners we can be for ourselves as well as for anybody else in terms of romance in particular. Two of Cups, this is that equal sharing. So you have to be as good a partner as you want your partner to be good for you. And in that mutual love and sharing and respect and connection and communication, we now are we and not just you and me. Such beautiful, beautiful energy, and it's very powerful. Thank you, angels, spirit guides, messengers of all kinds. Thank you, universe, source, God, goddess. Thank you, higher selves, for this beautiful reading for the coming week. May we be blessed. May we be blessings. We are always blessed and thrice blessed. And all we ever want to do is be an outpouring of that blessing. Have the most amazing, fantastic week, you guys. I love you. Namaste and ciao for now.